It is time.
Welcome to Galaxy Jams Reacts. We're going to be reacting to Animal Collective We Go Back from their album Time Skiffs that came out this year. This is the 11th studio album by the experimental pop band Animal Collective. And this is actually the first album in 6 years where they had their return of their band member Deacon, who was a fan favorite and had not been in the band for a while, I guess. So we are listening to Animal Collective. We Go Back.
Video is epic.
I'm already a fan.
Yeah.
Same.
Video
Right when
is
the drums
epic.
kicked in, I was like, perfect. Even the
It sounds like my grandparents' doorbell.
Doing it
Like,
again.
Or like
when
the
I
old
was a
church
kid.
bells.
Yeah, the old. Yeah, let's do it. Let's listen from the top again.
This is awesome, man. The vocals remind me of something I can't place. It's driving me crazy.
Maybe like Beach Boys on acid or something.
Sounds like a
but
gummy
yeah.
worm or like a sour gummy worm came to life.
It sounds like a trolley commercial.
Kind of
No.
reminds me of King Gizzard and the Lizard Wizard.
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
a
Like
lot
that,
less
yeah.
fuzzy.
But Animal Collective actually has been around for a while, and their early stuff had this kind of gang vocal weirdness, which is kind of hard to describe what they're doing, but it's like acid-soaked vocals over top of this like jazzy groove, and their music got more electronic later, but this is kind of a throwback. I think the instrumentation they're doing is more of like a throwback to their older stuff. So.
It's an incredible video too.
Yeah.
To say the least.
But I will say, like, I know we've
There's a
talked in the
dog with a
past
six-pack.
where sometimes the video overweights the song, but I think they're perfect
I
together.
I think this song is like one of this part of the song is like, am I tripping or is the music tripping?
Right.
You know?
Like, something's happening here.
Wow.
That was
was
like a
awesome.
$20,000 music video, at least.
Oh, probably.
They
More than that.
always have really trippy music videos. I'm definitely into watching more or listening to more of their stuff in here. I've always been an Animal Collective fan, but not like diehard. Like it's a little out there weird for me. I'm more in the box melodic sometimes, and I think they really go outside of the box a lot, and it sounds really trippy. So
I think like sometimes when I think that there's a recent resurgence in psychedelic rock music, I listen to bands like this, and it's like I feel like psychedelic rock music like never left.
yeah,
Like it's always been like a forefront in, the music experience.
Yep.
Right?
And Animal Collective is a collective. Each member has their own kind of thing going. Like the lead singer's name is A.V. Tear. He's done his own albums. Panda Bear is a guy from Animal Collective who's collaborated with Daft Punk on the song "Doing It Right." So as a group, they actually are like all individually great artists, and it's really cool. And I just got that album on vinyl, and it sounds great.
Nice.
But
Oximus Prime asks, is this a brown band like Ween? I mean, from that song, I would agree with that.
Yes.
But I haven't listened to the band.
I would say that they're so experimental, in fact, that some of their stuff comes across as brown, which we talked about before, which is just like do it yourself.
Primus.
Yeah, kind of like DIY music that's weird for the weirdness sake, and the production is like, hey, what if we like
strange
Yeah.
and not commercial, not meant to be commercialized.
like this bridge
But it
of
could be.
like what if it's just me talking with a weird effect and a bass line that's very sparse, like the last song I feel like was like that. And yeah, but I like this album. It seems a little more cohesive or like thought out than some of their former stuff, which is even more experimental. But if you haven't heard Animal Collective, dig in a little bit because they're very weird.
Yeah, I'd listen to that again, but I keep hearing that all their albums are so different, and it's one of those bands.
It's
Do you have
definitely
a-
one of those bands.
Do you have an album recommendation to start with?
Yeah, Merriweather Post Pavilion is a
Okay.
really good album. And it's got the song "My Girls" on it, which is kind of like an easy one to get into. They have some songs that it'll like the song actually kind of makes sense for you, and then the next song on the album's like, I don't know what I'm listening to right now. Kind of like King Gizzard does
I
that
dig
too.
that though, yeah.
Where it's like there's a cohesive song, then the next song's like this weird experimental thing, like why don't we throw this in, and then the next song's kind of another single or whatever, and it kind of throws you around like that. So
I feel like it could be hit and miss because, for example, there's some bands that sound the same all the time, but then you have like 7 songs in an album, but only 3 of them hit that sound that you're looking for, right? As opposed to a band like Animal Collective, like you just said, where it's like 7 songs, but 3 of them remotely sound, good, but then the other ones don't even sound like the same band. So I don't know. I
Yeah.
think there's merits to both styles of trying to chase, perfect the sound that you've been working so hard to make and trying to sound as different as you can to, get your creativity out there in that way.
it's like in food where you like either overly stylize a dish or you deconstruct it.
It's like Mexican food because Mexican food's like the same thing over. They're just trying to figure out how to get beans and cheese and meat and tortilla in like a better form.
Yeah.
Right?
Deconstructed
That-
empanada.
That song reminds me of when I want to go get Mexican food on mushrooms, and I'm like sitting there, and the guacamole is kind of looking at me weird,
And you're like, wait,
And-
what did I order?
and I feel like I spilled everything on the table, but everything's fine,
Yeah.
But I'm like, what is that,
Hey, what's up, guys? It's Kai here with Galaxy Jams. I hope you enjoyed that React video. If you didn't know, we live stream a music improv show every single Tuesday, and we'd love to have you there. But if you want to hear what we sound like, just give us 30 seconds.